this. Oh, that's my thing. That's my thing. I just had a habit of it, like, because they always say if your hand itch, that means you're getting money.
Toni Braxton didn't just divorce Birdman. She fled what she called his dark energy, and the moment she left, his entire empire began to crumble. This is the story of the psychological rituals that held it all together. Before the secret weddings and the explosive divorces, Toni was quietly piecing together a disturbing puzzle. She noticed things about Birdman: creepy habits, unbreakable rules that looked less like business and more like rituals. The cars lined up in a perfect, almost militant row. The stacks of cash counted on camera at the exact same time, every single day. The matching tattoos, the infamous kisses, the demanding daddy dynamic. This wasn't just eccentricity. This was a system. A psychological blueprint where you sacrificed your independence, and in return, you were granted access to his kingdom. But that access always came with a cost. And those who didn't follow the script, they had a way of disappearing. By the time Toni and Birdman started dating publicly, she had already seen enough to understand the culture of fear and devotion he cultivated. But when his rituals started touching her life directly, that's when everything changed. In a move that shocked everyone, Toni didn't just date Birdman, she married him in secret. And then, just 2 weeks later, as if a switch had flipped, she filed for divorce behind the scenes. The cleanup was immediate. She denied it publicly, erased the posts, and scrubbed her social media clean, trying to act like it never happened. And right on cue, as their private marriage collapsed, Birdman began to publicly unravel. Clips flooded the internet of him slurring his words, barely able to stay awake. But for Toni, the most sinister part wasn't his behavior. It was the way everyone around him acted like it was completely normal. Birdman went online, accusing her of being a gold digger, claiming she pawned her ring and was chasing a 9-figure payout. But according to people closest to the situation, Toni had been warning her family for a while. She told them the energy surrounding Birdman was dark. And then, once she stepped away, it was like she broke a spell. The cracks in Cash Money became impossible to hide. Artists started leaving, tours fell apart, Lil Wayne was in a full-blown beef with him, and heavyweights like Drake and Nicki Minaj were quietly distancing themselves. It was as if everyone who used to orbit Birdman was suddenly desperate to get away from his energy. Toni Braxton's exit ripped the curtain clean down. Everybody finally saw the kingdom for what it truly was: an empire built on loyalty sacrifices, financial offerings, and psychological rituals, all cleverly disguised as business. The moment she stepped out, everything around him started collapsing, like the main power source had been unplugged. And the next move? Let's just say the rumblings around Cash Money right now make this look an awful lot like the calm before the storm.